The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our latest installment of the Hometown Football League. Big Pauly coming to you to conclude the 10th week of play, and game number 50 will be coming at you in just a moment. It's going to be the San Diego Chargers on the road in LA to take on the LA Rams, a combination of Raiders when they played in LA, Chargers when they played in LA, the Dons of the AAFC, and the Rams when they played in LA. But first, we gotta go through and recap all the games we did not do during the course of the week. And we begin in Philadelphia, where Buffalo is in town. Buffalo 4-5, the Eagles 2-7, and Buffalo just stampedes the Eagles by a final of 30-10. MVP was Kelly, Jim Kelly, who threw looks like 2 touchdown passes. Your team stats, you see it there. 6 trips to the red zone for Philly, but they only get 2 scores. One of them was a field goal. Player stats, Kelly led the way, quarterbacking 19-27, 215, 2 touchdowns. O.J. Simpson was your leading running back, 15 for 108. And McDonald made the most catches, 7 for 74, and the 74 yards led everybody. And your leading tackler of the game was Allen of Philly with 8. So with that, Buffalo is 5-5. They'll be 2 behind Washington and perhaps Pittsburgh for the lead in the Eastern Division. And speaking of Pittsburgh, they played Carolina this week. And your result there was Pittsburgh 38-28. Bank of America Stadium, Brown was the MVP. Caught 2 TD passes. Your team stats. Ellie has come to join me. 551 yards for Pittsburgh. How about that? Player stats. Roethlisberger was unconscious. 30 for 32 for 390 yards. He should have won MVP, you ask me, and his rate was 148.7 for the game. That is 22 carries, 144 yards. Antonio Brown had a big game, but I still think your lead story is Roethlisberger 30 of 32. Brown had 13 catches. They threw to him 14 times, 214 yards. Longest gain was 54, and he caught a couple of TDs. But I still say Roethlisberger only having 2 incompletions is the bigger story. Norman led the way with 14 tackles. Luke Kuechly right behind him at 12. So with that, Pittsburgh does have a share of the Eastern lead at 7-3. Now remember, the top 4 seeds are the 4 division winners, and then it's a free-for-all for the last 12 playoff spots based on record, based on head-to-head performance if all teams played each other the same number of times, division record if all teams were in the same division, and if not, we go to the point differential, points scored subtracted by the points against. And if we are still tied after that, we look at who scored the most points, and then we do a coin flip. That's our tie-breaking procedure. Monday, we had New England lose to Washington in overtime, 27-24. Check out that wonderful game. As you can, New York and Baltimore. These are all rematches of games 5 weeks ago, by the way. We will play this out. And New York has now rebounded to win a few in a row. They were struggling mightily a few weeks ago. They win 24-19. Your MVP, Y.A. Tittle, who threw 3 touchdown passes for the only 3 touchdowns the Giants got. Here's your team stats. It's about even. Baltimore had more time of possession, ran 69 plays to New York's 55, but it's New York that ekes out the win. Tittle was better than Flacco this day. 13 carries, 13 completions out of 27 throws, 219 yards, 1 pick, 3 touchdowns. Leading rusher, Tiki Barber, 14 for 64. Barry led everybody with 7 catches. And did anybody have better? Oh, yes, it was Art Powell who had 83 yards over Barry's 82. Your leading tackler was Ray Lewis, 13. So that is Baltimore losing. They dropped to 5-5. New York is now just a game behind Pittsburgh and Washington for the Eastern lead. They made the Final Four last year. Tuesday, we played the Bengals 20-17 over Detroit. That brings us to Minnesota and Indianapolis. Minnesota could also be 8-2 at the end of this week and tie Chicago and San Francisco for the best record. And Minnesota wallops the Colts 44-14. MVP Fran Tarkenton, who threw five touchdown passes and ran for a sixth. Wow, that's pretty impressive. The team stats: 478 for Minnesota, 38:09 was the time it took. They ran 68 plays. Indianapolis just 48. Player stats: Tarkenton on point, 18 for 30, 226, a 123.1 ranking. Peterson, 18 carries, 178 yards, 9.9 a carry. We had Carter, Jordan, and for Minnesota, and James all with 5 catches. And we had a tie for the most yardage. Jordan had 5 for 80. Hilton caught 1 pass and scampered for 80 yards. So we had a tie in the yardage department. Your leading tackler was Freeman of the Colts with 11. And with that, Minnesota ties Chicago at 8-2 on the season. Cincinnati, Cleveland a game behind. Detroit 3 games behind. Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. Jacksonville upset the Bucks when they played 5 weeks ago. Let's see what happens here. And oh yeah, Tampa Bay. The Bucks know how to shine. 48-28 over the Jags. Brady won MVP through 4, 5, 6 touchdown passes. So he took MVP honors. And the Bucks, 3 trips to the red zone, 3 touchdowns. Same with the Jags. 537 total yards the Bucks had. They held the ball just a little more than Jacksonville did. They each ran 60 plays. Brady, 27-38, 431 yards, 1 pick, but 6 touchdowns. Leading rusher Warwick Dunn, 14 for 87. You see I have the Bucks in the creamsicle orange, because I like that. Gronk, 10 catches, 162. Rob Gronkowski. And your leading tackler of the game was Darius of Jacksonville with 11. So again, your final, 48-28, Tampa Bay moves to 7-3, and they will be all alone atop the South Division. Next stop, Tennessee and Atlanta. Titans got their first win last week, and they don't win this week. 48-24. The Falcons pound them pretty good. Your MVP was Dickerson, who had 3 touchdown runs, 6 yards, 32 yards, 1 yard. Here's your team stats. 506 yards for the Falcons, who played at home. And your player stats: Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, 21 of 31, 345, a 113 rating. Dickerson 20 for 147 yards. Jones 7 catches for a $128, which led everybody in both catches and yardage. Oh, come back here. I wasn't done with you yet, because I got to give everybody the leading tackler, and that was Tulloch with 8. So your final 48-24. 48 seemed to be a winning number this week. We had Tampa Bay with 48, Atlanta with 48. Atlanta goes to 6-4 on the year. They'll be a game behind Tampa. They may have company with Miami and Houston playing each other this week, and we'll get to that game right after we get through St. Louis and Green Bay. Green Bay, a disappointing 2-7 in the first half of the season, but they win here 31-28 over the Maroons. MVP Aaron Rodgers. And this game went to overtime, by the way. Went 5 minutes and 11 seconds into overtime. Green Bay with 486 yards. Both teams scored every trip to the red zone, with a couple of field goals thrown in each way. Player stats. Rodgers, 35 for 51, 397, 1 pick, 2 touchdowns. We had Brock and Gerard get involved in the passing game. Leading rusher was Marshall Faulk, 13 for 49. Kaufman caught the most passes, 8 for 67, but Torrey Holt for St. Louis caught 6 for 118 to lead everybody yardage-wise. And 14 tackles was what Worley had for St. Louis. So St. Louis dropping like a rock. They go to 4-6. Green Bay comes up to 3-7. Now, the game between Miami and Houston to determine who will be a game back and who will be 2 back. Dallas could also join the party at 6-4 if they beat New Orleans, and that will be our next game. By the way, Chicago beat Cleveland 35-14. We played that game out on Wednesday. It was Houston 42-21 over Miami. The Oilers. Watson was the game's MVP. Miami got to within a touchdown, 28-21. But Campbell ran one in from 6, and Joseph returned 130, and that proved to be the difference. Here's your team stats. Houston, 5 trips to the red zone, 5 touchdowns. And your player stats. Just pause if you see a screen that you like, because I try to do these relatively quickly. And let's see. Watson outdueled Dan Marino. Not often you can say that. 25 for 39, 262. Campbell, 15 carries, 61 yards. We had Landry with 9 catches. Johnson with 9 catches for Houston. Landry had the better yardage number, 130 with his 9. And he led everybody in pass receiving yardage. Madison, the leading tackler, he plays for Miami. He made 9 tackles on the day. So Houston will be 6-4, along with Atlanta and possibly Dallas if they wound up beating New Orleans in a game we will play out right now. And it was Dallas 30 and New Orleans 20. And let's go through the box score first. Roger Staubach, the MVP. He threw 2 TDs, one to Walt Garrison, and actually, no, he threw a touchdown, ran for a touchdown. Breeze threw a 99-yard pass to Russ Chandler, so he either set or tied the HTFL record, because you can't throw it any farther than 99. Team stats. Dallas perfect in the red zone, although they kicked 3 field goals, 400 yards. Ran 63 plays, had it for 33-36 of the 60 minutes they played. Staubach, 20 for 31, 278 yards, outdueled Drew Brees, who had 326 but was 23 for 44. Elliott, a 100-yard gain, 18 for 112. Had a 46-yard gain as his longest, got 1 touchdown. Witten and Thomas, Witten for Dallas, Thomas for New Orleans, each had 6 catches. Chandler had the most yardage receiving of anybody, 129. And your leading tackler was Ricky Jackson for the Saints with 11. So that means we have a three-way tie going into week 11 for second place. But you got to be first to get one of those top four seeds and get a double bye. Atlanta, Houston, and Dallas each 6-4. Two more games left to play. It's Seattle and Denver in the Mile High City. Seattle prevails 35-26. Kind of like Seattle in 2021. They're really struggling right now. They are going to go into week 11 2-8. Manning was not the MVP. It was Taylor who got 2 touchdown catches, one from 20 yards, one for 12 in the last 2 minutes of the first half. And that put Denver up 28-17. In fact, Denver scored 28 points in the second quarter. Team stats: Denver was perfect, 5 for 5, 397 total yardage. And they held the ball 35.5 minutes. Player stats: Manning was 22 of 29 through 1 pick, 5 touchdowns, 287 yards. Davis, 20 carries for 91. Taylor had 8 grabs for 144, led everybody in catches and yardage. Wagner for the Seahawks made 10 tackles to lead everybody. So Denver 35-26. They go to 7-3. They'll be a game behind San Francisco in the West Division. Arizona and Las Vegas in Sin City at Allegiant Stadium. The Ironmen prevail. Yes, I know you have the Raider logo, but I couldn't think of a better one. 27-17. Guy with a logo with skull and bones that could represent iron, I guess. Carr was the MVP through 3 touchdown passes, one to Cruz for 43, one to Coles for 18, one to Vernon Davis for 10. Team stats: 443 for Las Vegas, their total yardage. Held the ball 41.5 minutes, 41-31. Carr was 22 for 35, 305 yards, 107.4, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Colmer had a big day. Mickey Colmer, 15 of 71. And Coles, 10 catches for 84 yards, but Bolden had the most yardage with 150 on 6 catches. And your leading tackler was Williams for the Cardinals with 13. 27-17. Vegas now moves a game behind San Francisco and ties with Denver at 7-3. We have 8 weeks left to play for everybody now. Yesterday we did San Francisco, Kansas City, and we're going to play out San Diego and Las Vegas for you right now. 62 degrees, and as always, when we play the Monday night game, I think it would be a little cooler than 62, so we make it 52. I hit 53. 52 at the Coliseum? SoFi Stadium. I was wondering about that yesterday. Did I move LA to SoFi? Of course, that's where they played the Super Bowl a little under a month ago that the Rams beat the Bengals. And we are ready to go. LA has struggled, but they are the home favorites by 3 points. Jared Goff, who now plays with Detroit, against Phillip Rivers, who is now retired. As I move a few things around here, I'm recording this a little early in the afternoon. We're kind of in the same position where I don't know how stormy it's going to be tonight, so I want to get this in as soon as possible. Now, I'm going to note that I do weekend projects. I do HTBL. I do Legends of Boxing. I do the Professional Wrestling Tour. And I do OOTP Perfect Team. I'm going to try to get that all in over the course of the weekend. But I'm going to point out that we may be delayed because we get a big front coming through late morning, afternoon time tomorrow, and they say the weather could be severe. So if we're in a tornado condition or something like that, I'm not going to be doing videos. until the storm passes my location here in Seminole, Florida. And it has been in the 80s most of the week. And Sunday morning, I'm going to wake up. And don't forget, folks, to spring your clocks forward as we move to daylight savings time until like November, I think it is. And for that 23-hour day, it's going to be cold waking up. It's going to be about 40 degrees here in Seminole Sunday morning. So stay warm because I know it'll be worse farther up north. The coin flip goes San Diego's way, and they will receive. They are in the bluish squares with the yellow numbering and lettering. Sproles is back deep. No, I take that back. The Rams are in blue, and San Diego is in white. Rams are in the blue squares in the white lettering. I apologize. Sproles, Duncan, Anderson all back deep. And this is going to wind up being a touchback. First and 10 for San Diego at the 20. We use the old HTFL, the old NFL rules most of the time. Tomlinson is a 7 receiver out of the backfield. Harmon a 10 plus. So Rivers has a lot of targets to throw to on this offense. And Tomlinson, not a bad runner. Allworth and Martin are the 2 wide receivers. They are a 9 and an 8. Antonio Gates is an 8. He's the tight end. Rivers the quarterback. Out of, I believe it's Purdue, right? North Carolina State. I was thinking of Drew Brees. Okay, Mix is a 9 blocker. Wilkerson a 9. Hardwick a 7. Sweeney is a 9. Washington is a 9. And those are your linemen. First and 10 at the 20. And here is Rivers throwing, and speak of the devil, he throws to Harmon, but it's a 3-yard loss. Rich made the tackle for LA, and here is their star-studded lineup. Donald is a 10-plus defensive end. Talkie might retire in the offseason, but hasn't been confirmed yet. Deacon Jones is a 10. Mccutcheon is a 9. Merlin Olsen is a 9. The linebacker core, Kevin Green, a 9. Les Richter, an 8. Robertson, a 9. Your defensive backfield is McDaniel and Irvin, a 9 and an 8. Nolan Cromwell and Rich, also a 9 and an 8. Second and 13 at the 17. 9 seconds into this game. That's a throw and a completion to Lance Allworth. A gain of 13. They get the first down. First and 10 at the 30. They used to call Allworth Bambi, didn't they? First and 10 at the 30. He must have had very nice legs. I'm a guy, so I wouldn't know. In fact, that's another throw to Lance Allworth. I'll let the women be the judge on how good his legs looked. McDaniel brought him down, a gain of 8. Second and 2 at the 38. And that is a throw to Martin at the 47, tackled by Irwin, a gain of 10. So San Diego quickly on the move. They're looking to improve on their 3-6 record. The Rams have really struggled at 2-7. First and 10 at the 48. And LaDainian Tomlinson with his first run of the game, 9-yard gain. And McDaniel made the stop. Second and a yard at the LA 43. Pitch to Harmon, and Harmon cannot get anything going. That's a loss of 2, so he has caught a pass for -3 and a 2-yard loss on his first rush. So the box score over here in the bottom right of your screen looking a little odd. Third and 3 at the Ram 45. This is a throw, incomplete, looking for Allworth, overthrew him just a little bit. I will watch for the fake punt because I control the Rams. And this is a good kick by Paul McGuire. 39 yards out of bounds at the 6. Rams take over 94 yards away from pay dirt. Their offensive lineup is Lawrence Mccutcheon, a 5 receiver out of the backfield, along with Tank Younger, who is a 2. Tim Brown, because he played with the LA Raiders, is a 10. Henry Ellard is an 8. Todd Christensen, same deal. He played for the LA Raiders, so he's on the LA team. He's a 9. Goff, your quarterback. Huffman, a 9. Wisniewski is a 10. Naumitz is an 8. Putnam, a 9. Jackie Slater, a 9. And that is your offensive line. We're going to go double tight. And we're going to go Tank Younger, trapped to the right side. Try to get a little yardage here. That's a gain of 3. Ernie the Cat Lad made the tackle. He's one of your defensive tackles. O'Neal and Faison are the defensive ends, both 9s. Johnson and Ladd, both 9s. That's your front 4. Junior Seau is the only 10 on this defensive unit, along with Allen, a 7. Phillips, a 7. Crow Marty is an 8. Bird is an 8. Weddle is a 9. Harrison is a 9. And those are your starting lineups for both teams. 2nd and 7 will pitch to Mccutcheon now. Try the right side. And Mccutcheon did not gain much of anything. He loses a yard. It'll be 3rd and 7. On 3rd and 7, we'll go Fears. Medium fly route. And Fears has it. No tears for Fears. A 16-yard gain. Harris makes the stop. Move the chains for the Rams. It's 1st and 10 at the 25. And we'll go back to Tank Younger. San Diego with 8 in the box. That's a gain of 4. Phillips on the stop for San Diego. We're down to 7:40 left in the first quarter already. Takes me about 20 minutes to do the recap, so this should come out at about an hour and 20 minutes. If all goes well, we don't go to overtime or anything like that, and if we do, we're having fun. Screen the Mccutcheon on 2nd and 6. Here's Goff dropping back. Here's the throw, complete. And a tackle by Junior Seau after a gain of 4. 3rd and 2. Let's see if LA can get the tough yards on the ground. We'll go sweep to the right side with Tank Younger on 3rd and 2. He's got the first. A pickup of 5. Younger out of Grambling State. Probably one of the first players I could think of who made it to the pros from Grambling. Of course, I was talking about them earlier, Grambling earlier in the week. A great program, coached by many years by Eddie Robinson. I think Doug Williams coached for them for a bit. No gain for Mccutcheon, whipped down by Cromartie out of Florida State. The Seminoles. 2nd and 10 at the 38. We'll go. Let's see here. We're going to go to Tim Brown on a medium slant route. 2nd and 10. And instead, that was a dump to Christensen, the tight end. He had 6 great catches against San Francisco. 6 for 68. As usual, I forgot to tell you the games we're going to do week 11. We will do that after this game, because I can't really do it while the game's going on. 3rd and 4 at the 44. We'll go Christensen on the short hitch. And that's an incompletion. Johnson knocked that down. 4th and 4. Not Norm Van Brocklin, but Danny Villanueva back to punt. And LA has the wind in their face. I forgot to give you the weather report. 5 to 15 miles an hour. So they will have the wind advantage for quarters 2 and 3. Here is the punt for Danny. And Fuller caught it. May have fumbled. We will know in a moment after the animations. Yes. Putnam went down, made the fumble recovery, so the Rams keep possession and gained themselves some 40 yards. 1st and 10 now at the Charger 15. And we're going to pound it with Younger off tackle right side in the double tight end set. And Younger is going to go to the house. Touchdown, Rams. Tank Younger makes it 6-0 in favor of the Rams, looking for just their 3rd win in 10 games. Point after is going to be good for Bob Waterfield, who once dated Jane Mansfield, if I am remembering correctly, and it was 7-0. I think they were married for a bit. Sproles is back deep for the Chargers, and that's a touchback. And they will start at their own 20, 1st and 10. I think San Diego made the playoffs last year. Loss of a yard, and they were knocked out in the first round. Harmon again losing a yard. Donald making the tackle, so it's been tough going for Ronnie Harmon. 2nd and 11 at the 19. Rivers is going to throw deep, and he has 85. I think that's Antonio Gates. 20, 10, and tackled at the 10 was Cromwell making the tackle. Longest catch of the year for Antonio Gates. 71 big yards. 2:35 left now, opening quarter. It's 7-0 in favor of the Rams, but perhaps not for long. Give to Harmon. Harmon again loses a yard. That's -7 yards and 4 touches. -4 rushing, -3 pass receiving. 2nd and goal at the 11. It's Rivers giving it to LaDainian Tomlinson. A gain of 4. We're under a minute left in the quarter. 3rd and goal at the 7, so this could be the last play. And that's a touchdown. Caught by Martin. Touchdown, and it's 7-6. That was a 7-yard touchdown reception. Your point after try is good by Kading, and with 8 seconds left, opening quarter, it is 7-7. Arnett back deep, along with Lewis and Williams, and we're going to return it even though it's 2 yards deep in the end zone. Fortune favors the brave. And Arnett passed the 20 out to the 30. His return 32 yards. So we have played a quarter. As time ran out on that play, it is 7-7. Chargers with 12 plays, 115 yards, 7 of those plays passes. Rams 53 yards, 10 plays, 6 of those plays rushes. We hope you all are well as the HTFL keeps chugging along. We should be finished with it by late May, early June. Of course, we were delayed some 3 months due to some health problems I have had, and I'm feeling way better. I know what Deion Sanders is going through. He has had a couple of toes amputated, and I want to wish Primetime all the best, because I can understand that, having to gone through it myself with my big toe on my right foot. We're going to trap with Lawrence Mccutcheon on 1st and 10 at the 30. Pick up a 5. Ernie Ladd made the tackle. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 35. And we're going to stay in the double tight end set. We're going to dive with Tank Younger. Try to own the inside running game, but nothing doing there. Flattened at the line by Allen. So let's profile him out of Washington, Chuck Allen. 3rd and 5 at the 35. And we're going to look for Fears on the slant route. San Diego playing a 4-2 nickel with unknown coverage, so we're just going to stick with our play. And Fears makes another good catch. 9-yard gain. That's his second catch, 25 yards. Goff is 4 for 5, 35 yards. Rivers, by the way, 6 for 7 for 106 because he had that big play to Antonio Gates that set up the San Diego touchdown. Base formation. And we're going to go play action medium to Tim Brown on 1st and 10 from the 44. And Brown has it. They were doubling Christensen. That's a gain of 16, tackled by Bird. Brown, 6 catches, 133 yards in the effort against San Francisco last week. 1st and 10 at the 40. We'll go Mccutcheon, trap right side. And Mccutcheon will gain 5. Faison made the tackle. Out of Indiana. You see him there. And now a 2nd and 5 at the 35. Fears can also play tight end. But in the double tight end set, it really doesn't set up the passing game all that well. We're going to sweep it with Mccutcheon on 2nd and 5. And Mccutcheon with a big gain, 11 yards. Phillips on the tackle, 24. So Mccutcheon has 5 carries, 21 yards. Younger, 5 for 27. And speaking of Younger, I want to get him the ball. Off tackle right side on 1st and 10 from the 24. He gains just 2. Phillips on the tackle. 2nd and 8. We're going to go Ellard. Medium hitch. Incomplete. Goff just threw that away. It was in the general vicinity of Henry Ellard, but nowhere close. 3rd and 8 at the 22. We'll go Christensen. Short hitch. Goff throwing, and Christensen was open. A gain of 10. Moved the chains. This will be the 10th play of the drive that has taken 5.5 minutes off the clock and beyond by the time the ball is snapped. Mccutcheon off tackle, left side. And Mccutcheon picking up 4 more. He is at 6 carries, 25 yards. So we'll go to Younger. Actually, Younger would not be a good play there. We'll go 3 wide. When we go 3 wide, Fears is the 3rd wide receiver, just like he is the 2nd tight end. He could play each position. We'll go his way. Short cross, 2nd and 6 from the 8. That's an incompletion. And the nickelback is Harris, Stick Harris from McNeese State. 3rd and 6 from the 8. Not a lot of good options here, really. We're going to go 5 wide, which brings in Red Phillips and Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch. And we're going to go his way on the short hitch. Where's number 40? Goff keeps it and runs it in. Touchdown Rams. A very impressive drive. 12 plays, 70 yards, took 7 minutes off the clock. Your point after try. No good by Waterfield. It doinked off the upright, to quote the late great John Madden. So it's 13-7 with 8 minutes exactly left to go in the half. Sproles back deep for San Diego, waiting the kickoff, which goes pretty much to the Pacific Ocean. Touchback. 1st and 10 from the 20. San Diego throwing into the wind here. Rivers is 6 for 7, 106 yards. That was a throw intended for Antonio Gates, fell to the ground. So 2nd and 10 now. Rivers. A lot of time, and he throws to Martin there, but that was incomplete. Now a 3rd and 10 from the 20. And that's another incompletion, so 3 and out for San Diego, and they were 3 passes, so it didn't take a lot of time off the clock, and San Diego's defense probably could have used that. We'll set up for the return. McGuire inside his own 10. Tim Brown returned it 14 yards. The punt went 43, so a 29-yard net was all San Diego got. They lead. The Rams do 13-7 on the missed extra point. Madden also used to say all the time, missed extra points could come back and haunt you, but that was before the NFL instituted the 2-point conversion in 1994. Trap left Younger on 1st and 10, and that's a gain of 3. Johnson on the stop for San Diego. 14 plays as opposed to 9 passes for the Rams, and I think they want to keep that distribution going, that percentage breakdown. Pitch right to Mccutcheon, possible zone, so this might be a good call. And there he goes. Mccutcheon past the 40, down to the 35, a pickup of 11 yards. Phillips on the stop. His name has been called quite a lot on the San Diego defense. 1st and 10, we're down to 6:31. Mccutcheon off tackle right side. And we have a penalty.
Offsides. Defense. Number 91, 5-yard penalty.
We'll take the penalty and make it 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and 6. As I was just petting my cat Ella. By the way, I put the links onto my other channels after every video that I have been doing, and I do something on Sunday called Life with Ella on my normal civilian channel, so go check that out. And our next episode will be Sunday, Lord willing, and if the creek doesn't rise. Because it's Sunday, it's Life with Ella. Sweep right, Tank Younger, 1st and 5. And they get the first down. 1st and 10 at the 25 now. 5:37 left, and the Rams just being patient, just letting the running game do its work. Pitch right, Lawrence Mccutcheon. And Mccutcheon just back to the line. Ernie Ladd made sure of that. And we've talked about Ernie Ladd several times. Another one of the great players that came out of Grambling early. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 25. We'll go Fears, medium fly route. See if he can make a house call. And that's exactly what happens. Touchdown Rams. Tom Fears, his longest catch of the year, can also play defensive back, 25 yards. So we've had 3 different players score touchdowns. And Waterfield, they're going to stick with him. For the point after, it is good, and the Rams lead 20-7 with 4:10 left to go in the half. And that was a 6-play, 49-yard drive that went 3:17. Sproles again back deep for the Chargers. Touchback. And the Chargers will start again. 1st and 10 from the 20. Imagine time of possession for the Rams in this half has to be huge. Gain of 3. Les Richter made the stop. Let's just look at it. Oh, yeah. Nearly 2-1 on time of possession. 16:54 to 9:04 for San Diego. 2nd and 7. And the ball is now at the 23. It's going to be Harmon. He gets positive yards. I think for the first time today, 4 yards. Now he's at 4 carries for an even 0. He still has 1 catch for a -3. But you know that'll improve as the game goes along. 3rd and 3 at the 27. We're down to 3:18 left till halftime. And speak of the devil, there is Harmon gaining 11 yards. So he's in positive territory. It's kind of like Jeopardy, the game show, where, a contestant could get off of a bad start, and he usually rights the ship while the game continues on. Miss Alex Trebek. Keenan Allen comes in as the 3rd wide receiver. He wears 13. He'll be the split end up top. 1st and 10 at the 38. And Rivers, with a lot of time, they're not putting any pressure on him at all. Well, Damian Tomlinson caught that ball, and he gained 13. Oh, hi, baby. That's Ella. That's Ella that was like right next to me, and I didn't realize it, so that's why I said that. 1st and 10 at the 49 of the Rams, and we have a marker.
Encroachment, defense. Number 75, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
I'm sorry, Mr. Referee. That's Deacon Jones. So move San Diego up 5. This will definitely be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Once we get it done. 1st and 5 at the 44. And that's a throw to Keenan Allen, gaining 12. And they bring in Gray as a nickelback. I'd like to acknowledge the substitutes. Jerry Gray out of Texas. 1st and 10 at the 32. We're at 1:53 left in the half. The Chargers trying to get it close. It's 20-7 LA right now. Rivers throwing, looking for Harmon, but an incompletion. Rivers now 9 for 14, 142 yards. Ball at the 32 for a 2nd and 10, or it remains at the 32. Rivers going to the flat, looking for Allen, broken up by Irvin. So now a pressure down here for San Diego, 3rd and 10 at the 32. And that's a throw to Allen. He gets the 1st down, a pickup of 12. And San Diego, they have 2 timeouts, but they are electing to keep the clock moving here. 1st and 10 at the 20. I come back and bite them later. Looking for Allen over the middle, and then completion. Covered by Irvin. Rivers now 10 for 17, 154. For 2nd and 10. Rivers. Tomlinson, a 1st down at the 12. A gain of 12 to the 8, I should say. And San Diego does call a timeout. They have one left, each team with a challenge remaining to them at their disposal. In the HTFL, all scores, all turnovers are looked at by the booth. And each team gets one challenge and one challenge only, just to speed up play a little bit. First and goal at the 8. It's Tomlinson. A 3-yard gain. Irvin making the stop. And does San Diego call their last timeout? They do with 51 seconds left. Second and goal at the 5. It's Tomlinson losing a yard. And the clock runs. 45 seconds to go. And they're going to put Tomlinson in at quarterback. He's going to get the direct snap. And the Rams got to stay in a nickel. Tomlinson got no gain there. 22 seconds left. And now they have to hurry and get their field goal team on the field. Kading, if they can get it off, will kick from 23. It's good. It's 20-10 with 4 seconds left to go. We'll do a safe return here. It's going to be a squibber. Richter picked it up, gained 11 yards, and that, dear friends, is our first half. The score, LA 20, San Diego 10. We will be back in 15 on the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. That's where you are. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. The start of the second half is ready to commence. Big Pauly with you. It's 20-10 in favor of the Rams as we begin the third quarter. LA receives the ball. It's going to be Arnett Lewis Williams back deep for the Rams. Oh, what was this?
Kicking team.
Oh, Kading's kick went out of bounds, so LA will start from their own 40. 167 yards, that's what the Rams had at halftime. 27 plays, 17 rushes. San Diego, 184. 28 plays, 18 passes. We're going to stick with the running game. We're going to go Mccutcheon, trapped to the right side. Lawrence Mccutcheon gaining 4 yards. Phillips makes the stop for the Chargers. 2nd and 6 from the 44. So I have a little editing to do because I kept the machines running. I was trying to stop them. I took my little break, checked the AC, got another bottle of water. Trap right Lawrence Mccutcheon, 2nd and 6, and Mccutcheon breaks loose, past the 50, past the 40, down to the 35, pick up the 21 yards. Cromartie on the stop. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 35. LA just pounding the Chargers with the running game. 19 carries, 106 yards. We'll go Younger. Off tackle right, he picks up 1. He is at 9 for 38. Mccutcheon 10 for 61. We'll go Mccutcheon and an off tackle right side play. 8 in the box for the Chargers. Mccutcheon picking up 7. Bounced off a couple of defenders there to make it 3rd and 2. And we're going to stick with Mccutcheon. And we're going to go trap right. Get the first down on the ground. No pickup. Faison made the tackle. 4th and 2 at the 27. With the wind at the back of the Rams, Chris Barr is going to come on for the first time today and try a 44-yard field goal. Right down the middle, and it's 23-10. 11:18 to go. Sproles again back deep for the Chargers. And that's going to be a touch. 1st and 10, San Diego. Rivers now 11 of 18, 166. And he'll throw. Incomplete, looking for Antonio Gates, who made a big play in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 at the 20. He caught one for 71. And that throw to Harmon, incomplete. In fact, that's the only catch Gates has had in the game. 1 catch, 71 yards. But right now he's leading everybody in terms of yardage. 3rd and 10 at the 20 now. The throw to Martin, complete for 13. Ray made the stop. It's going to be 1st and 10. Yeah, from there, as my cat's running around, LaDamian loose. Past the 50, past the 40. He could go. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, San Diego. 67 big yards. And San Diego draws close. It's 23-16. Kading will try the point after. LaDamian Tomlinson makes it 23-17. Kading hit the extra point, not Tomlinson. So Tomlinson jumps to 85 yards on 7 carries. And Arnett back deep for the Rams. Caught it about the 5 and returned it to the 34. He caught it at the 6, actually, so it's a 28-yard gain. 9:58 left in the third quarter. Both teams scoring on their opening drive. And we'll go Mccutcheon. Trapped to the right side. 1st and 10. San Diego with 8 in the box, but Mccutcheon got loose. Gain 12 if it stands.
Offsides, defense. Number 91, 5-yard penalty.
They get Leslie O'Neal for an offsides call, so that will count. And that'll give Mccutcheon 12 more yards. He's at 80. Tank Younger on a sweep to the right side. 1st and 10 from the LA 46. No gain. Looks like San Diego's defense has figured out Younger, but hasn't figured out Mccutcheon. Phillips made the tackle. No gain. And Mccutcheon will try the left side on a trap left. And Mccutcheon loose. A pickup of 12. Bird on the stop. So Mccutcheon now 8 shy of a hundy. We'll go Younger. Try to keep feeding him the ball. See if he can break something. Off tackle left. And Younger picks up 5. So the crowd applauding the LA running game. As a team, 26 carries, 143 yards. 5.5 every time they're touching the ball, though San Diego has 7.7 with that long run by Tomlinson that we just saw. And it is 2nd and 5. As Ella goes wild in my house. I love Ella. Pitch to the right side. And Mccutcheon gets loose for another 3 yards, setting up 3rd and 2. At the 34, we'll go 3 wide, which brings in Tom Fears. We'll look his way on a short hitch. Goff, Fears, 1st down, pickup of 8. Goff hasn't had to throw it much today. 8 for 11, 94 yards. And that's the 4th catch for Fears for 58. Base formation. And we're going to run Ellard on an end around. He gets it. He's 85, and he's at the 20, the 10, down to the 2. A pickup of 24. Longest rush for Ellard this year. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Now, with the score 23-17, what are the Rams going to do if they score a touchdown? They're already jumping ahead a little bit. Dive play, Lawrence Mccutcheon. Just needs 2 yards. It doesn't get any. Harrison makes the stop. Rodney Harrison, who is now an analyst for NBC in their Sunday Night Football package, unless he moves during the course of the offseason, perhaps to Amazon Prime. How about Troy Aikman joining ESPN, it looks like. Tank Younger on a dive, 2nd and goal. That's no gain. 3rd and goal. Ball at the 2 will go triple tight end, which is going to bring in Red Phillips. And we're going to try, let's see here, off tackle right for Mccutcheon. And he gets a yard. Oh, interesting situation here. 4th and goal at the 1. I'm going to go for it. We're going to go over the top, and we're going to go Mccutcheon. Got to get the touchdown here. Yes, touchdown, Rams. Lawrence Mccutcheon capping off a fine day with a touchdown run. And we still got more than a quarter left to go. And I believe that is the fourth different player to score for the Rams today. And the Rams will go for two. Rams will go for two. And we're going to go Younger on a dive play. And 35 does not equal 2. The 2-point conversion fails. And it stays 29-17 with 2:44 left to go in the third. Sproles back deep. And that's a touchback. That was kicked all the way through the end zone. No way he could return that. Unless you suddenly decided to play a Canadian football game. 1st and 10 at the 20. 2:44 left to go. Rivers throws. And that's a completion to Antonio Gates, who gains 8. 2nd and 2, now at the 28. And Gates now has that second catch he had been looking for. A deep throw to Allworth. He's got it. House call. Touchdown, San Diego. So San Diego striking as quick as lightning was what I was trying to say. And that's the longest catch for Allworth this year. 72 yards. And again, a quick strike for the Chargers to keep it a close game. It's 29-23. They'll kick the point after. Kading hits it. 29-24. We're down to a minute 39 left. Rivers now 14-23, 259 yards. Allworth, 3 catches for 93. This one far from over. Arnett back deep for LA. Caught it, about the 5. And he returned it 21 yards to the 26. Mccutcheon, a little winded still. And with a $1.29 left, it might not be a bad idea to have Goff throw the ball a little bit. So we'll go Christensen, medium cross. He's got it. And that's a pickup of 16. And with 1st and 10, we're going to go deep to Ellard. 1st and 10 at the 42. There's the deep ball. Is Ellard open? Yes, he is. And just like that, the Rams strike back. Longest catch of the year for Henry Ellard, and back and forth we go. It's 35-24 with 25 seconds left to go in the third. We'll kick the extra point. Because if we don't get the extra point, it would be an 11-point game, and San Diego would only need an 8 and a 3 to tie it, so we're going to kick the extra point. Waterfield hit it as I drink some water. It's 36-24 with 25 seconds left to go in the third. Okay. Got to keep my cord away from Ella. She'll want to chew on it. Sproles back deep for San Diego. I felt like I just said that. That drive, by the way, 2 plays, 74 yards. We've had back-to-back drives go 65 and 64 seconds. 1st and 10 at the 20. With 25 seconds to go. Rivers in the flat to Harmon, who picks up 10 and a first down. And we have played 3 quarters. LA 36. San Diego 24. Anthony Miller is going to come in. He'll be a 4th wide receiver here on out. For the Chargers, 354 yards on 35 plays. So they're gaining 10 yards a play. I had to cough, and I have my USB corded headset on, so I have a cough button. Thank you very much. LA, 45 plays, 340 yards. 32 of their plays have been rushes. So 1st and 10 at the 30, this wide open game between these two teams in SoCal. And something happened with Rivers. He fumbled, he got it back, lost 3 yards. 2nd and 13 at the 27 as we start the 4th period. Over the middle looking for Miller, could not find him. The dime back, by the way, is Sherman. Let's profile him. out of St. Mary's. 3rd and 13 at the 27. And Rivers throwing, incomplete, looking for Martin, so the Chargers have to punt. 4th and 13 from the 27. Here's Paul McGuire punting to Tim Brown, who makes a fair catch after a 42-yard punt. So LA will start at their own 31. We're down 2 now, 13:57 left in the 4th. We'll go back to that double tight end set. Mccutcheon just needs 3 yards for a hundo. Off tackle right side. We'll try to give it to him. No gain. Phillips makes the tackle for the Chargers. We're going to screen it to Mccutcheon, 2nd and 10, who's fully rested now. And Mccutcheon picks up 5. Only the 14th throw Goff has had to make today. He being Lawrence Mccutcheon, 2 catches, 9 yards. 3rd and 5. And we are going to look to Ellard again on the short hitch. He's got it. A gain of 11 and a first down. Cromartie on the stop. So as the late great Howard Cosell would say, what a football game this turned out to be. 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to the double tight end set. Mccutcheon on a simple dive. And he got 2. Sean Phillips made his 10th tackle. And Mccutcheon, I think, is at 99 yards. Let me just double check. Yes, he needs 1 more yard for the 100. But we're going to go Younger first. We got a football game to win. And Younger loose. Past the 40. Past the 30. He's out in the open. He's going to score. Touchdown, Rams. And the scores just keep coming. That is 51 yards for Tank Younger. And that'll make it 42-24. Waterfield hits another point after. It's 43-24. We're down to 10:43 left in this game, which has turned out to be quite a shootout. Sproles back deep. Touchback. Philip Rivers is back on the field. 15-26. I nearly said Phillips, which is not his last name. Got a lot of Phillipses in the game. We got a Phillips on each team. 15-26, 269, 2 touchdowns. And that's incomplete. Looking for Miller, covered by Cromwell. 2nd and 10 at the 20. Rivers, incomplete. 3rd and 10 at the 20. Could be another 3 and out here for San Diego. Allen's going to get close. He only gains 8 yards. 4th and 2, and San Diego throwing up the white flag. They're going to punt. I'm going to watch for a fake. You try one right about here. And that was a loss of 2 for Brown. The punt went 45, so the net will be 47, because when you lose yards, you add to the punt. Ball to 25, 1st and 10. Rams in control of this one, leading by 19. Let's get Mccutcheon his 100 yards here. Trap to the right side.
Encroachment, defense. Number 91, 5-yard penalty.
Well, I got to take it, even though Mccutcheon got his 100. By the way, let's look at Younger after that 51-yard run. He's at 13 for 94, so you could have 2 runners get 100 yards for the Rams today. Off tackle right side, Mccutcheon will try again for his 100. He just needs a yard and doesn't get it. We'll go Younger. Off tackle right on 2nd and 5. And he picks up a yard. And that's a season high for Younger, 95 yards. 3rd and 4 will throw. Just throw a short hitch to Christensen here. He's got it. He's wide open. Past the 50. Down to the 40. A pickup.
Personal foul. Offense. Number 80, 15-yard penalty.
And Fears got into it with one of the San Diego players. He was giving him business. So does this wipe out the first down? Yes, it does. 3rd and 19. Ooh, that's a killer. Well, since you did it, Mr. Fears, we're going to go to you. A long slant on 3rd and 19. And he's got it. And did he get the first? Oh, a fumble. Recovered by Fears, and they're going to be 2 yards short of the first down. That was a crazy couple of plays. So they will bring in Danny Villanueva. I think this is only the second time he has punted today. And that's caught by Fuller. Fuller, a loose ball picked up by Cromartie on San Diego. So San Diego, nobody can keep control of the football right now. 1st and 10 at the 33. We're down to 6:50 left, unless we go OT, which is still possible. Throw in the flat to Miller, who gains 21 yards. That's the longest catch for Miller this year. Cromwell on the stop. 1st and 10 at the LA 46. A fumble. Recovered by Mix, the Hall of Fame lineman, who plays left tackle. Nobody can keep the ball right now. 2nd and 13 at the 49. Rams up 43-24. And Allen with a clutch first down, a pickup of 14. Rivers goes over 300. 18-31, 312 yards, 2 touchdowns. 1st and 10 at the 35. 5:44 to go. Screen at the LaDamian, but a penalty.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 91, 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
First time we've heard from Kevin Green all day, I think. And that's going to move San Diego to the LA 30. A first down. A throw complete. And that's to Anthony Miller, picking up another 19 yards. We're down to 5:06 left in the game. Rivers over the middle. Touchdown. That's to Martin. His 7th catch for a touchdown this year. They bring Kading on. He will try the single point after, which is a mistake. They should have gone for 2. He hits the extra point, and we are now up to 74 points in this game, 43-31. We have had so far 848 total yards. And I'm going to watch for an onside kick here. I'll down it because San Diego opted to go deep. Mccutcheon's at 99. We're going to try to get him to 100. And this time he gets it. Gain 2. 22 carries, 101 yards. And LA will slow it down. Try to use a clock as an ally here. 2nd and 8. Younger is 6 yards shy of 100. And he loses a yard, so he's 7 shy. Actually, no. He was at 95, and with a 1-yard loss, he goes down to 94. 3rd and 9. But I'm going to give the ball to Younger, pitch right. And even though San Diego is playing back, Younger only gains 2 yards. Faison made the tackle. And we are going to run the clock all the way down to 2:26 and then call a timeout. That leaves us with 2 left in this half. And San Diego with 3. Villanueva on to punt. Fuller back deep for the Chargers. And he caught it about the 28. A nice return for him of 16. And actually caught it at 29. The punt went 48, so the return 32. And the Chargers now, with 2:20 to go, could make it a 1-score game with a successful touchdown here. 1st and 10 at their own 45. It's Rivers throwing to Keenan Allen, incomplete. Big time hit by Irvin. 20 for 34 for 342 is the current stats on Rivers. He'll throw here. That's complete to Keenan Allen. A gain of 13. That should take us to the 2-minute warning. This game, no. San Diego calls a timeout 2 seconds before the warning. They have 2 left. 1st and 10 at the 42. Rivers throwing to Martin. And the pass sails incomplete. Now we are at the 2-minute warning. LA 43, San Diego 31. Each team with 2 timeouts and a challenge left. Screen. Tomlinson has it. He gets out of bounds. Gains 2. He probably should have turned it up the field. Third and 8 at the 40. 1:48 left on the clock. Allen has that. Past the 30, past the 20, down to the 17. He picks up 23. And Phillip Rivers closing in on a 400-yard game. He's at 380. First and 10 at the 17, so he probably can't get it this drive. It's going to be Martin catching it for a gain of 5. Second and 12. We're down to a $1.27. That's caught by not Phillip Rivers. Caught by Martin, a gain of 7. Rivers a season high now at 392. So he could wind up just shy of 400. 397 max. Rivers gets sacked. A loss of 6 by a sack by Aaron Donald. And San Diego uses its second timeout. Second and goal at the 11. Wishful thinking on my part that it was third down. Incomplete.
Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 99. Automatic. First down.
Well, Aaron Donald enjoyed the sack so much he got another hit on Rivers, but that was illegal. First and goal at the 5. 64 seconds left to play. This is going to go down to the wire. A fumble. Hardwick with the pounce. San Diego keeps possession. And Donald will be credited with his second sack, and they occur on 3 plays. San Diego will probably call its last timeout. They do. We're down to a minute 1. Rivers, the throw to Tomlinson, picks up 4. And with the ball at the 6, now Rivers, if he throws a pass for a touchdown, will go over 400. He's at 396. Third and goal at the 6. And Rivers will throw. Intercepted. McDaniel in the end zone. Won't even bring it out. LA at the 20. And Goff will take a couple of knees. And this game will be over. LA 43, San Diego 31 is your final score. Quite a shootout we had. MVP, Jared Goff. Mccutcheon with 100 yards. Younger just ends his game at, I think, was it 95? Your team stats, 893 yards of total offense. And LA, 3 touchdowns on their 3 trips to the red zone. They held the ball 38-26. San Diego 54 plays, LA 58. They had 42 runs, and the Chargers had 42 passes. Goff was actually the better thrower. In fact, 158.3 is the perfect passer rating. So he was 13 of 16, 201, no picks, 2 touchdowns. Mccutcheon, 22 carries, 101 yards. Martin and Allen each had 6 catches, but your leading yardage maker was Allworth, 93. And this was a very entertaining game, at least from my standpoint. Phillips with 11 tackles to lead everybody defensively. So our last thing to do this week is to tell you about the games we're going to do next week. And you'll see me mark these games. I pick one game from each row, and then we have the Monday night game, which is going to be Philadelphia-Baltimore a week from today. So we're looking at 12, 9, 10. Pittsburgh and New England will be our Monday game. 6, 13, 11, 11. Detroit and Minnesota will be our Tuesday game. These are all divisional matchups. 9, 11, 12. Atlanta and Houston will be our Wednesday game. You see what I'm doing here? I'm picking the games with the most combined wins. 15, 5, 10. Well, this was a great game the last time we played it. Las Vegas and San Diego. That'll be our Thursday game, and we'll do Philadelphia-Baltimore a week from tonight. And with that, I thank you for being with us this past week on HTFL football on the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sim channel. 10 weeks down, 8 to go. Then we have the 5-week playoff. unless the Action PC Football 2021 doesn't let me do the playoff I want to do, which could happen. In that case, it'll just be single elimination. So this has been Big Pauly wishing you well. We will be with you for HTBL, Big Pauly's Fight Night, OOTP Perfect Team, and Legends of Wrestling sometime during the course of the weekend. And with the Stormfront moving in tomorrow sometime, I don't know if I'll be able to keep the schedule, but my hope is to do the first three projects Saturday and just do Perfect Team on Sunday and take most of the day off. So hope that happens, Lord willing, and if the creek doesn't rise and if the lightning or tornado doesn't get me from the storm. This has been Big Pauly on behalf of my cat Ella saying so long for now, everybody.